it's nothing like a real pack. The positives to the suspension on this one is, of course, you can keep it closer to your body, which means when you're doing some climbing in tight trails around places, it's closer to your center of gravity, it's not off balance. The problem I found is while they can handle a high load, they can't handle the same loads as an external frame pack. Personally, I don't pack over 40 pounds, so it's kind of a moot point. It's more of a, you know, how you feel on it kind of deal. But those are the 3 basic style packs. Now for some people, they don't have to bug out very far. They don't have to get home. Well, get home bag is the same as a Bob, it's just a smaller version of it. That's where smaller packs like this come in. It's a Camelback Hog. I mean a mule. It's pretty simple. It's got pretty much a day's and a half's worth of stuff in it. Slap it on, you're ready to go. Keep it in your trunk. But let's get to the basics of what you're going to put in your pack. First off, you're going to need water. That is the most important thing that you can have besides shelter. You have to have water. Now, there's all kinds of filters and purifiers out there on the market. I personally am kind of fond of the Katadyn line of products. I've had a hiker for many years now. I'm on my 2nd or 3rd filter, and down here in the southeast part of Idaho, there's not exactly clear running streams and clean spring-fed lakes to be getting our water from. So it's worked good. I've used it same places that people have used all the other ones. I've never had a problem. For your longevity though, it would be wise to get a ceramic filter if you're going to go that part. But water is important. Now, for your water, after you filter it, you're going to have to store your water somehow in your Bob. Okay? Now there's a couple ways. You can go with an Nalgene bottle. These are real nice. You can cook in them. You can, mix your foods, your waters, your drinks in them and everything. I like to carry one of these along with my bladder when I'm on the move, because I'll suck this one down first, because I can get those real big mouthfuls. I'm forcing myself to hydrate. That's one thing. Always force yourself to hydrate, especially in the warmer weather. Always. This is one thing. It's 1 liter of water. It's pretty light. Pretty indestructible, really. Then you have this. So you like 2-quart USGI canteen. As you can see, it's a little bit more bulkier. This one's full. Just bulky, and it's a lot heavier by the time you consider all the pouches and stuff to carry it. And a lot of people have these, your 1 quarts. Alright, smaller version, everything. Now, people always think of their bladders, they have their water bladder, that's 2 to 3 liters of water, that's fine. But that's it, you got to have more than just that storage of water on your Bob. Me personally, I carry the ability to carry up to 8 liters of water, and the way I do that is, as you can see, once this Alice pack is packed, you'll see a bladder, line coming out for my tube, my drink tube. What I carry in these are what are called these platypus reservoirs and water bags. Now, these are like under 15 bucks normally. Sometimes I got these on sale for $9. I've had these for a long time. As you can see how small they fold up. These don't weigh nothing, okay? This and this, empty, that's how they are. They're not getting any smaller. Yeah, you can crush down this 2 quart, but it don't hold the amount that this does, and it's twice as heavy. Now, the one thing about these is you can turn around, and when you're in an area where there's plenty of water for your filter, you shove them in there. They don't take up a lot of space or a lot of weight. Weight is the key term here with your Bob. You don't want to pack useless freaking gear that's going to weigh you down, or you're never going to get anywhere. So that's water. Besides your filter, it's always good to have some type of backup, be it a straw filter, like a survival straw, water tablets, like the Port Aqua iodine tablets, or the Katadyn style tablets, or the drops from Sweetwater, and also was it Aqua Pure, I think it is, from McNett. It's always good to have redundancy. Get a pre-filter for your filter. It's very important. Alright, so you got your Bob now. You picked out your pack that you like. You have your water, you have your filter, you have redundant backup to your filter, be it chemical or tablet form, and you have a way to store it. The next thing we're going to talk about is shelter. You have to have shelter. Without shelter, you're not going to be protected from the elements, and if you're not protected from the elements, you succumb to them. Doesn't matter if it's 900 degrees or if it's 30 below zero. I've heard there's so many people out there that want to say, well, because you live in this area, you're not going to need this, you're not going to need that. It doesn't matter. You need to be sheltered from the elements. Pay close attention to where you live and the types of weather that you get through the year, and plan your shelter accordingly. And your shelter just is not your tent. It's the clothes on your back and the clothes that you pack in your pack. So some basic shelters for a Bob. I prefer to go light. I'm a real light guy. I like to do some lightweight backpacking, so I'm partial to sil nylon. Inside here I have an 8x8 sil nylon tarp, ropes, pegs, the whole shebang, probably only about this big and weighs under a pound. Before that I had a small B.O.B style tent, which is right here. It's a Coleman Exponent NU2. It's only about 4.5 pounds, but if you look at the size, even if I was to put this in some type of compression strap, look how big it is compared to, those that know what an Alice pack looks like in the size wise. You can see it ain't exactly a small piece of gear, even strapped to the outside. And now I remembered, if you look on the bottom of my Alice, there's a USGI poncho, but inside of it I've got a self-made like patrol blanket liner kind of deal. It's 1.2 ounce ripstop nylon that's fleece lined and waterproof, so it kind of doubles as a shelter in its own self. That whole combo right there is only just about 2 pounds. Alright, now you can go smaller than you can try on. This is a Eureka Solitaire, I believe, and it's a lot smaller, thinner profile, and probably 3.5 pounds compared to 4.5, near 5 pounds that the Inyo is. Both these tents are relatively cheap. This is a one-person tent. There's no way you're getting 2 people in here unless you're both 90 pounds. The Inyo 2 is a 2-person tent. I can fit me and my wife in there, nice and friendly. Plenty of room for your gear, the whole 9 yards. Second style is you can go like a bivy bag or a bivy sack. They got the surplus ones out there. This is an aftermarket one. Pretty much picture rolling yourself up in your poncho with a mosquito net over your face, and that's about what they are. There's not much to them. You sleep in them. That's about it. They're not there to hang out. A lot of the route that guys are going nowadays, this is a pear hammock. These hammocks are light. You can make them yourself or you can buy them. This one costs $14. It weighs maybe like 12 ounces. Get you up off the ground. There's a lot of fancier ones out there. I only bought this to experiment with because I'm an on-the-ground camper. Sorry, but haven't really gotten into the hammocks that much. But basically, you want to shelter yourself. So now you got some type of tarp or tent. Now you want to have your clothing. You got to have a good base layer, guys. Good socks, good drawers, good shirts. Cotton. A lot of people say it kills. Cotton kills. It's a big deal on everywhere you look. Well, I'll tell you this, cotton sometimes, especially when it's in hotter climates, isn't all that bad. I prefer to wear like the Columbia style vented fishing shirts. Keep you cool. They dry up pretty quick when they're hung out. But anywhere up north, like in Idaho, you want to stay away from cotton. You want to use a lot of your synthetics, your fleeces, your polypros, everything you can do.